Hi, happy Wednesday. I am excited today. I'm going to be showing you a palette that I had you actually vote on. So if you follow me here on Facebook, you had the opportunity to vote on a palette. This is the one you chose. So it's the Latte palette. It includes Biscotti eyeshadow, Hazelnut eyeshadow, Rose Gold eyeshadow, and Espresso. So those are the colors that we're going to be using today. And I'm just going to do the rest of my face with you too quickly. So as you hop on, if you're watching the replay or live or watching this on YouTube, go ahead and tell me hi. Let me know you're watching. Tell me where you're watching from. Today I have a really fun promo too. This week is actually my birthday week, so I'm doing a fun promotion for you as the shopper. I know many of my customers have already taken advantage of this, so if you're on my email list, you got an email about this. If you're in my group here on Facebook, if you follow me on Facebook, you might have already seen a post about this. But right now, if you shop with me and you spend $50 in my website, so that's linked right here in the description, you can shop right through my website. If you spend $50, you get a free Mint Bliss foot lotion, which these are wonderful. If you have not tried this, it's wonderful. Use it on your legs and your feet. It's incredible. And you get free fuzzy socks that go with it. So these right now are a promo from Mary Kay, and I love them. They're the best stocking stuffer ever, but you get them for free right now for shopping with me. So $50 on my website. That's how you can earn these for free. And right now they're actually still in stock through Mary Kay. So they're coming right in your order. If they do go out of stock, then you might get it shipped separately from me. But right now, they are being shipped right in your order. So get your orders in. Also, all $75 orders on my website get free shipping. So anyway, that's the freebie. All right, let's go ahead and get started. And if you don't like and follow this page, make sure you do hit the like button, hit the follow button, and make sure you subscribe on YouTube too, so you can always find my replays over on YouTube as well. All right, let's get started. I'm going to be using these two new products. Hang on, I just dropped my brush on the ground. I'm also going to be washing my brushes today. I'm excited about that. They need to be washed so bad. If you don't wash your brushes regularly, make sure you do. You need to realistically really wash them about like once a week. That makes a big difference, but make sure you wash your brushes regularly. It makes a huge difference for your application of your makeup as well as like your skin too. So if you don't wash your brushes, they can harbor a lot of bacteria. We really don't want that on our skin. All right, I'm going to use this under eye corrector. I put a lot on. I probably put way too much on right now. That's okay. It comes out fast, so it's kind of hard to see. Okay, now I'm going to put a little concealer too on any places that you have any like redness. Okay, so I'm going to use, I like using this cream color brush to kind of blend this all out. And you just need a little bit. A little bit goes such a long ways. I already had on some CC cream. I had on the shade light to medium. So you can see I have like so much here and it's fine. Just keep blending it out. And then we could even take some off too because I did put a lot on. But anyway, I do have on some CC cream already. I've been using it as my primer. So that is something I learned from somebody else actually. And I have been really, really loving it. So if you've never tried that before, if you kind of like to layer your makeup a little bit, I'm just going to go ahead and use my liquid foundation brush to kind of just blend this out a little bit better before we go to the under eye corrector. But look at how it kills all the redness, completely gone. So as you hop on, tell me hi, let me know you're watching. Tell us where you're watching from. All right. So anyway, I have been using CC cream as my primer, so instead of using primer, just because the CC cream includes primer in it, and it also has like this tinted moisturizer look. It's got SPF 15 in it, and it's gonna give you just a little bit of coverage. I always think of it as kind of being like a tinted moisturizer, because truly that's like really what it is a tinted moisturizer. And it's got that little bit of SPF in there. So I love the CC cream. I like to wear it by itself too sometimes. Tell me down below, do you ever wear CC cream? And if you do you wear it by itself? You can also layer it though. So I've been using it as a primer, and then I've been just layering my foundation on top, which I've actually been really liking. Okay, so this under eye corrector you can see, kills the dark circles, right? And I put way too much on. That's okay. We're gonna blend it out. I actually am using it on top of my eyelids too, to kind of be like an eye primer for my eyeshadow. So watch, I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna bring it. I'm just like literally blending it all over my eyeball. Look at that. All right, so it's easy and it's just going to be a nice amount, like a small amount, but it's gonna set my eyeshadow so much better. So you can see too, like there's no lines over here now. On this side you can see like my veins and stuff, so it's gonna give you that even service. All right. Hi, Leanne. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me. All right. So just kind of spreading that all over. Okay. There we go. Now I have my under eye corrector and my concealer on. So again, I use my cream color brush to kind of blend those first, and then I use my liquid foundation brush to make sure they're all blended in, especially since I added a little bit too much. Sometimes it comes out really quick, so it's actually easier if you put it on the back of your hand, you just use a little bit. All right, next, let's go ahead. I'm gonna do my eyeshadow, and then we'll do the foundation to clean up any fallout that we might have. All right, so for my eyeshadow, I brought 3 brushes. I have my eye blending brush, my all over eyeshadow brush. These 2 are musts. I always use them. Anytime I do my eyes, I use these 2. I really like this crease brush as well. And actually I did also bring my eyebrow eyeliner brush as well. So we've got a couple brushes here. Let's see what we're gonna do with them. So again, here are the colors. So these are the 4 colors that we chose. So I put out a couple options. These were the ones you guys loved. So again, we've got Biscotti, we've got Hazelnut, Rose Gold, and Espresso. So 3 mattes and 1 shimmer. All right, let's start with, I'm gonna take my all over eyeshadow brush all over this Biscotti. So that's the kind of the white cream color. I'm gonna put that all over. This is gonna set that under eye corrector that I put all over my eye too. It's gonna brighten that inner corner. Okay, so you can see it just like adds that like brightness, and I took it all the way up to my eyebrow. We don't wanna use shimmers too close to our eyebrow, so use mattes like all the way up here. We really want the shimmer to pop kind of right on the eyelid. We don't necessarily want it to go all the way up to the eyebrow, so we want that matte to go up there. So I love starting with either Biscotti or Blossom. They're both a very creamy, Blossom's got like a hint of pink to it, but they're both very light, matte, creamy eyeshadows, and they're perfect for a base. Hi, Mary Jo. Hello. Thanks for joining me. So glad you're here. All right, next we're going to do eye blending brush. We're going to take the Hazelnut, which is the second color in here. It's that kind of light brown. I love this as a blending color. And take this and just put it right in my crease line. So I always just kind of bring this one back and forth. Make sure you guys drop a comment too to get entered into my giveaway this week. I have been giving away a product during each of my lives. So I give you 1 week after my live to enter. And then after that week is over, then I select 1 winner who either commented on my video or shared my video. So if you share my video, just make sure you let me know that you shared it. But I select 1 winner and they win something for free in the mail. So the last 2, I've sent out tinted lip balms. Those are really fun gifts. So those are limited edition. I'm actually going to use one in a little bit. But make sure you comment. Each comment gets you an entry. All right, so you can tell I'm just kind of like doing little circles right across that crease line. And you can see how nicely this is blending. So I already had the Biscotti on and now I'm blending that Hazelnut. They blend so well together. All right, next what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my all over eyeshadow brush one more time. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more Biscotti just because I want this to stay bright. Hi, Michelle. Thank you. I'm so glad you love my videos. That makes me so happy to hear. And if you guys ever want to catch more, you can always check them out on my YouTube channel. On Facebook now, they delete your videos after, I think it's like 60 days maybe, or 30 days, something like that. But you can always catch the replays on my YouTube channel. All right, so I just kind of brightened that back up just so it didn't pull any of that hazelnut right into the inner part of my eye. Now, let's go ahead. So here you can do two things. We could add a little bit of the espresso to the outside to make it a little bit darker. You could also leave the eyeshadow as it is right now, just add the rose gold right in the center, make that pop and have it be very light eyeshadow. Then you could use the espresso as almost like an eyeliner, or I'll do a little bit of both. We'll do a little bit of both. But I think if you want a really light eyeshadow look, just take what we have right now and just add that rose gold right there. And then you can just do the eyeliner part at the end. You don't have to add this espresso in to make it a little bit darker. But let's do this so you can see what it looks like too. Crease brush with the espresso. And the espresso is definitely our darkest color here. I have been really liking espresso though as an eyeliner. I like eyeliner too, but I love the look of kind of that subtle eyeliner look where it's just very, not translucent, because obviously you can see it and you can see through it, but it's not the same as like regular eyeliner. It's not as harsh. I'll show you. I'll do that at the end too. So I'm just kind of creating like a little bit of a V out here to have a little bit of a darker color. And then we're going to take the eye blending brush again and just kind of blend this out. I always like how blendable these are too, so just keep blending until you're like, okay, that looks good. It's nice and blended out. You can always add more in as well. Okay, so there we got like a little bit more of a darker color out there. I'm gonna take now my all over eyeshadow brush again, pick up the rose gold and put it right in the center of my lid. Just for that like pop of shimmer or pop of sparkle. Okay. There we go. Now I'll show you, this has been how I've been doing my eyeshadow lately and I've been really liking it. So I'm taking the eyeliner portion of my brush and just picking up this eyeshadow color and I'm just running it right along my lash line. So again, this is gonna give kind of like that eyeliner look, but it's not a harsh eyeliner look at all. You don't have to do this either. So if you don't like eyeliner, you don't have to do this part. You can see it just like has that little bit of a line. I like to set my eyeliner too, so if I do use an eyeliner, I'll put an eyeshadow over the top of it, usually this Espresso, just to set it and make it like a little bit less dark. It kind of, I don't know, I feel like it lessens it. It makes it a little less harsh. Okay, and then you can even add like a little bit of a wing out here if you want. If you're gonna do a wing, I always recommend kind of drawing it like slightly up like that, so you can see like it's not straight in a line with my eye, it's kind of up just a little bit. It's gonna make your eye look a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go. So there's the latte look for the eyeshadow. What do you think about that? We're gonna add, oh my gosh, I don't think I brought mascara over here. How did I not bring mascara over here? It's like the one thing I'm supposed to make sure I bring. Okay, well, I can't believe I forgot mascara. You're not even gonna get the full look of this look. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, hang on. Let's just keep going with the look and then we'll come back to that. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of foundation now. And my foundation I'm using is Beige C120. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this onto my liquid foundation brush. And then just kind of blend this all over. So this is going over that concealer, over that under eye corrector, just kind of blending out. I love the coverage of this foundation. It's amazing. This Time Wise foundation, you can get it in either luminous or matte, so you can choose which kind you want. If you want it to be a little bit more like of that like glossy look or natural look, go with the luminous. If you want it to have a little bit more of a mattified look or not having that glossy look to your skin, go with the matte. I am using the matte today. It just kind of depends for me though. If my skin, like in the summer, I use matte a lot more. In the winter though, I use luminous a lot more. My skin's kind of, it is a little bit more on the dry side, but it's not like super dry. I have oily too. Like I do struggle with breakouts, and I still struggle with like a little bit of oiliness throughout the day. So it's a little bit more on the normal side. It can get oily and it can get dry. So it kind of depends on the conditions that I'm into. So it's kind of how it goes. All right, that's how at least it is for me. So if it's like that for you too, you can always kind of switch in between the two. So just a little tip for you. All right, next let's do a little bit of powder. I'm gonna use, this is light to medium ivory powder, and I'm just using my all over powder brush here. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit of that on my cheeks. We're gonna use a blush too. Hang on, I gotta grab it from over here. I've got my stuff all spread out, so let me find it. We'll do eyebrows too. So we're gonna do a little bit of blush, a little bit of eyebrows. All right. What do you think so far? If you've been watching from the beginning, you might, let me see if I can find my blush over here. Okay, I cannot believe I did not bring my mascara. I've missed a lot of things in the past. I've never missed my mascara though, I will say that. Because mascara is like, if I'm gonna do one thing, it's gonna be my mascara. Do you love mascara too? I'm like, I love my mascara. If I'm gonna do a couple things, like if I'm just gonna pick a few products to use, I use mascara, I use my brows, and it would probably be that light to medium CC cream. Like those are the products that are my like absolute, if I'm gonna do anything to my skin, those are the products that I use. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you like the soft look. I am more of a soft makeup person. That's always how I've been. So I just kind of gravitate towards like a softer look. Sometimes I'll do like a nice dramatic look just for like a video, but in my day-to-day life, I like something that's very soft. So that's kind of what I show most often, because that's what most of my customers like too. So let me know, do you like the more dramatic look though? Or do you like the softer look? I find it's kind of fun to watch your dramatic look. When I go outside, I want to wear something that's a little bit more of a light, subtle look. All right, so I kind of always start on the bottom of both of my brows to make sure that I get like the same line. And I'm just doing tiny little strokes, hair-like strokes with my brows. And then I do the same thing on the outside. I just kind of do hair-like strokes down. Okay, so now I can tell that they're nice and even. I always start with like one, so like the bottom or the top, just to make sure that I can see that they're even. Okay, now I'm gonna go with the top. So again, this little like hair-like strokes right along the top. If you have perfect eyebrows, you might not even have to do this part. I kind of have to fill in. My eyebrows aren't like completely full, so you can tell I have like patches, so I fill in through those patches, and then I'm gonna do the same thing in the middle. I'm just filling in those like patches, but again, kind of like hair-like strokes. Okay. And if you missed the beginning of my live, if you love free gifts right now, if you shop on my website and you spend $50 on my website, then you are going to be able to get a free gift from me. So this week is actually my birthday, and I have decided I want to give something away to my customers as a huge thank you for you guys always being so supportive and always shopping with me and loving these Mary Kay products. So if you spend $50 on my website, you automatically are going to get a, hang on, let me show you, free gift from me that includes the Mint Bliss Foot Lotion and a pair of fuzzy socks. So every year Mary Kay launches, well, I guess I shouldn't say every year, I don't know what will happen in the future, but every year for the last few years, they have launched these like fuzzy socks that go with the Mint Bliss Foot Lotion as a stocking stuffer, and it's my favorite every year. I always sell a bunch of them because they're like the best stocking stuffer gifts ever. So if you want those as a stocking stuffer too, if you have people in your life, you're like, oh my gosh, I would love to give that to my daughter and my sister-in-law and, you know, my mom, whoever it is, they're amazing. I will be wrapping them too and sending them if you want them cute and wrapped. But anyway, if you order $50 off my website, you'll get those automatically in your box right now. And that goes through the 19th, so October 19th. Today through October 19th. Well, it started actually a couple days ago. Let me see, I think it was the 13th, so a few days ago. But I posted on here, so you might have seen it already. All right, I just used a little bit of finishing spray. This is Game Changer, must have finishing spray. I brushed out my eyebrows to make sure that they were kind of like nice and even. And now I'm just gonna use my brow tint. Oh no, not brow tint, sorry. Brow gel, because it's the clear one. There are colors as well, so if you like a color in your eyebrows, you can do the colors as well, but this one's just a clear one. Hi, well, thank you guys. So nice of you. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's do my lips next. And, all right, I'm gonna do 3 things today. Oh, I have blush too. We'll do that next. All right, so this is my favorite lip liner. If you're like looking for a new lip liner and you're like, I don't really know what color I want, this one is my most used one, my most sold one, and it's my favorite. It's Beige Nude. I think it's just such a pretty color. Again, for like an everyday look. I always fill them in because your lip liner is going to last way longer than your lipstick. So I always fill them in so that I make sure that the color stays throughout the whole day. Okay, again, that's Beige Nude. And now I'm going to use just a little bit of this tinted lip balm on top. It's the Radiant Pink one. These are limited edition. Love these. It's just going to add like a little bit of pink, and it's going to add a chapstick feel and hydrate to it. I've been loving this combination. And then I'm going to tap it off with Nude blush, which is my favorite go-to lip gloss. Okay, there we go. All right. And then I always just clean this up just a little bit, make sure that it's nice and clean on the outsides. Okay, there we go. All right, and next, let's do a little bit of blush. So for the blush, I'm going to just use, this is also limited edition. I've been loving this color. It's Pink Stars. When I saw it first, I was like, oh, it looks a little bit dark. It is not dark. It's not dark at all. So I have just been loving this one. I've been applying it with my finger out here. It just adds a lot of color. It also has this nice glow to it, which I've really been loving. Okay, so I've been applying it with my finger first, and then you can go in afterwards and blend it out as well. But you can see like how much of a glow and color it brings, rather than this side it's so like monotone. It's all the same. This just like adds a little bit of extra color to your cheeks. Okay, one tip, I know if you've watched my videos lately, you already probably saw this, but make sure you don't pull the whole thing off if you buy one of these. Just use an earring back to pop a hole in it, because you just need a tiny, tiny amount. You don't want it all coming out at the same time. So just a little bit goes a long way. And I always bring it to about halfway to my eye, and then kind of bring it up. And again, we're gonna blend it out in a second too. But I always start with my finger. I think it's like the most flawless way to kind of start to blend it, and then give it a second to dry. And then we'll be able to go in with the brush and blend it out in just a second. Okay. Here we go. So again, if you guys are not already on my email list, make sure you join my email list too. I was gonna try to, let me see. All right. My husband is also working from home today, so I was gonna see if he can bring my mascara, but we'll see. We'll see if he can find it real quick. Because I feel like you don't get this full look without the mascara until you like see it with the mascara, and then you can tell if you really like this eyeshadow combination. But I really like the way that it just kind of is like subtle, but has that little bit of a dramatic flare on the outside as well. So it's got like, I don't know, it's so pretty. So with the mascara on with this, it's gonna be beautiful. But anyway, let's go ahead and blend out my cheeks. So I always use the cheek brush and just kind of like small little blends are gonna be perfect. So again, you can tell it's just like it lights up your cheeks. It makes a huge difference. So again, these are limited edition. If you love these, if you love the way that these look, grab them right now because they are limited edition. Okay, hang on. They're limited edition, but they're so pretty. I really didn't know what to expect when I first saw them because we had something very similar to this. I don't know, it was maybe 2 years ago, but they were a lot more pigmented. They were a lot darker and they weren't as blendable. These new ones that came out, they're so blendable and they're so much easier to use. So I have been really liking these. There's 4 colors too. There's one that is like a nude, and it's so pretty because it's just like a really nice light nude. Thank you. All right, got my mascara. But it's a nice light nude. Then there's a coral, and then this pink one is a little bit bright. Like I said, when I first saw this in the container, I was like, ooh, that's really bright. But on, it's actually not bright at all. It blends out really well. All right, I'm using the Great Heights mascara. This is my second favorite mascara. I think it just kind of depends on your eye or your lash type, which one you're gonna like the very best. I love the Lash Panorama mascara, but I like this Great Heights a lot too, so I kind of go back and forth between the two. This one has vitamin B in it, which always sells me. I love vitamins in anything. Another cool thing is in the lip liner that I have on today, it has vitamin E. The lip balm that I use that's limited edition right now has both jojoba oil in it and almond oil in it. And those are both going to help to soften your lips and also give you kind of like those vitamins back for your lips. And then the lip gloss that I have on today too also has vitamin E in it. So I love products that they're like skincare and makeup all together. Those are the best products. Those are always my favorite products. My foundation too, actually. It has the Time Wise formula in it. So that's going to kind of like add that Time Wise back into your foundation too. So that's going to have the Time Wise foundation, or the Time Wise formula is also going to be kind of like the skincare. All of our skincare is Time Wise not all of it. There's either Time Wise or there's the Time Wise repair set. But the Time Wise is the one that's kind of just like regular anti-aging. So again, love that that's mixed into the foundation. Let me think if there's anything else that I used today that has vitamins in it. Oh, the new under eye corrector and concealers, they also have vitamins in them as well. So those are going to be very hydrating, and they're going to help with your, like, underneath your skin as well. So I love that. I love that Mary Kay started doing that. They started mixing skincare and makeup. It makes a huge difference. All right, so what do you think about this look now? Now that we're putting it all together with the mascara. Thanks for bearing with me. It just wasn't the same without the mascara. You had to have it with the mascara. Thank you. I'm so glad that you like it. I know the mascara really just brings it all together. I love the brush too. The brush makes a huge difference. You can see it's like tilted. So it really helps to curl your lashes as you are applying the mascara too. All right, and just like that, we're all done. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'm so glad you're watching. Like I said, leave a comment down below. Get yourself entered in to win the weekly giveaway this week. And this, again, was the Latte eyeshadow look. So it had the Biscotti, Hazelnut, Rose Gold, and Espresso. And I'll be back here next week. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye.